welcome to Shooby Dooby Doo-Wop, a podcast where we talk about pop music, specifically by deep diving a random chose chart from the past, a singles chart, that is UK singles, from, in this case, the 18th of December 1975. I'm Andy Robinson.
I'm James Cook.
Like I say, James, people can go back to the one we released, or dropped, as they say, earlier this week to listen to number 10 to 6, but if you haven't had chance yet, it's only fair that we recount the numbers 10 to 6, yeah? At number 10 this week, down 2 places, it's Show Me You're a Woman by Mud.
Not the song you want to be walking around singing absent-mindedly.
Down 3 places to number 9 this week, it's Steel I Span with All Around My Hat.
Stick your finger in your ear and pretend you're medieval for a year and a day.
Up 7 places to number 8 this week, it's Golden Years by David Bowie.
Proof that David Bowie has forgotten more great songs than most artists can remember.
At number 7 this week, down 2 places, it's Na Na is the Saddest Word by the Stylistics.
No, it isn't.
Up 3 places to number 6 this week, it's Let's Twist Again by Chubbington Checkerstein. Listen to part 1 for that. Chubby Checker with Let's Twist Again, number 6.
Do you remember when you used to remember the twist? Chubby hopes so for his own bank balance.
You can listen to all these songs and the ones we're about to discuss and the half a dozen songs that never ever made the top 10 in our Patreon content by clicking on the links on our Spotify and YouTube playlists and refamiliarise yourself or acquaint yourself or just remind yourself of these great songs.
You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Just search for Shooby Podcast and become part of our Patreon community, which you can do for free at patreon.com/Shooby Podcast. And then for a little bit of money, you get access to the bonus tracks podcast. Here's a little taster of what's in store this week.
It's a fucking groove, this song.
It is. This predates Rapper's Delight by Sugar Hill Gang. So I'm putting it down there that rap was actually invented by Bill Oddie.
It's a fact. Email us into shoobypodcast@gmail if you disagree.
First of all, the Fatback Band sounds like some kind of surgical procedure. I've recently had a fatback band fitted, so actually it's great. It means my shirts fit again. If I was organising a charity fundraising event for a migraine trust, I don't know if a loud concert would be one of the things I do.
You save money on flashing lights, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Join our community now at patreon.com/Shooby Podcast.
Number 5.
Up 8 places to number 5. It's Happy to Be on an Island in the Sun by Demis Roussos.
Another song with a key change in. Just thought I'd get that in early, James. You know I like to obsess about the key changes.
Demis Roussos, famous probably most of all for his references in Abigail's Party.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alison Steadman likes to play his records.
Along with Donna Summer, behaving in a sexualised manner in a suburban setting.
He's an unlikely pop star, isn't he, Demis?
Very much so. However, a lot of people on YouTube comments are warm for his form, so maybe he's a type of pop star that, as of yet, hadn't been represented.
Oh, good for him. I'm delighted. He's wearing a lovely caftan in the performance I saw.
Yeah.
He really did a lot for the caftan sales trade.
I think he'd be a good person to go to a fancy dress party as Demis Roussos in the 70s, I mean.
Yeah, because I could really let myself go. I mean, like when Robert De Niro played that boxer. Just eat ice cream for a month.
Yeah.
This was his first of 3 UK Top 10 hits. I would have thought he'd had more. But one of them was an EP, of course. So there was lots more songs on it. He would release songs in many different languages. And there is a German language version of this song called Komm in den Garten wir 1000 Melodien.
It's such a beautiful language.
It's a beautiful language.
What else do you know about Demis Roussos?
Well, I know that he was born Artemius Ventuis Roussos. And he was born, of course, in
Greece?
Egypt.
What?
To Greek parents.
Okay.
When he was 10, his family lost their possessions during the Suez Crisis and then had to go back to Greece.
Okay.
He was in the band Aphrodite's Child with, among others, Vangelis.
Oh, really?
I love that Vangelis and Demis Roussos were in a band together.
Amazing.
In 1985, he was a passenger on TWA Flight 847 that was hijacked. He was released after 5 days of a 17-day standoff.
Really?
Yeah.
He was a hostage?
Can you imagine him on a plane? You'd have to be giving him peanuts every 10 minutes.
Are you body shaming Demis Roussos?
Yes, I am.
Did you like this song? Did you know it already?
I couldn't remember it. Did you?
Well, I didn't particularly like it the first time I heard it. Then I did a trick I do, James, sometimes. I've mentioned this in the past. And if I'm not warming to a song, I sometimes imagine Paul McCartney singing it. My second go-to is, it sounded a bit like a song that Elvis would have done in one of his film soundtracks, either in Acapulco or Hawaii. He's got a touch of that vibe about it. So, seeing as I love Elvis singing his film songs, I got into Demis Roussos this week.
So you liked it because you imagined it being something different?
Yeah. Hey, you told me a good story just in the break, James, about Elvis, didn't you? You saw Eric Idle this week. Let's do that. What did?
Oh yeah.
Go on. What did Eric Idle?
I saw Eric Idle this week a few months ago. It's our Christmas special. This is live. Yeah.
Happy Christmas, everybody.
Eric Idle told a story about how he heard through one of Elvis's romantic partners that Elvis liked to sit in bed and act out Python sketches, particularly the ones featuring the old ladies. Hello! Doing all that. Yeah. And Eric Idle was very thrilled that his work had touched Elvis.
All the accolades he's ever had, Eric Idle, one of the things he's pleased about is Elvis doing that in bed.
But never mind Elvis, we're talking about Demis.
That's right. What would you say this song is about? I mean, essentially, the clue is in the title, isn't it? He's happy to be on an island in the sun, sitting in the sun, waiting for a señorita to show. He's just playing melodies from Spain and Mexico. Soft wind blowing, the smell of sweet roses to each and every one. Happy to be on an island in the sun.
Do you think it's the chocolates roses that smell?
Maybe.
I think that would be more Demis's thing.
You're doubling down with your fat shaming. Mothers with their children waiting in the cool of the shade and thirsty be coming from the fields to drink tea and lemonade. Low-calorie lemonade, I hope, Demis. I'm just jumping on your hatred, James.
Do you think it's one of the Greek islands he's singing about there?
I would imagine so.
I mean, if he'd have written it, then it probably would have been, but he didn't. But the person who did write it did live on an island. In fact, he lived in Ireland. It was written by a bloke called Dave Lewis, a singer-songwriter from Belfast.
As Scott Sexile1 says on YouTube, crappy lyrics, but a great happy song. I'm going to kind of go with that. I agree with you, Scott Sexile.
It's December, and here's this incredibly summery-sounding song about an island in the sun. I suppose it is that time of year when everyone starts thinking about their summer holidays because the weather and everything is so grey and shit. But it does seem an odd time to release this record. But, you know, it's got into number 5 in the charts, so
yep,
it's worked.
Is it time to mention Nile Rodgers this week?
Nile Rodgers didn't wear a caftan.
Nile Rodgers famously said if a song reaches the top 40, it must be a good song, whether you like it or not, because loads of people connected with it and it made an impact on their lives. That's true of this record by Demis Roussos, I'm going to say. So, James, with this record, Demis Roussos, happy to be on an island in the sun. I put what social media are we on?
So we have a Facebook group and we have an Instagram account.
I also, James, asked on our Instagram account, I'm going to say, I asked people, I thought I'd set a little quiz.
That's not really what happens on Instagram.
What?
Instagram's more photos, it's more a Facebook group thing. If you want this pretense to have any semblance of reality whatsoever.
Pretense? What are you on about?
Yeah.
I set a competition simply asking the question on the internet about where is Demis happy to be? Offered 1 million pop points. We had a barrage, James, of social interaction. Basil Faulty is saying surely Demis Roussos is happy in the hotel by the bar. Marvin Gaye's having his say and believes Demis is happy driving from a motel in his car. The real classy Shirley Bassey is guessing Demis is happy in the joint being a big spender, and Sean Ryder is surmising that he believes Demis Roussos is happy on a 24-hour bender. Jonah Louis is absolutely sure that Demis is happy in the kitchen at parties, while Kanye West is having a guess that Demis is happy on the internet being a Nazi. Cilla Black's had a crack saying Demis is happy on a train to Lime Street Station, but Nigel Farage in his garage is absolutely certain that Demis Roussos is happy sponging off the state, taking money from the pockets of our hard-working and once glorious nation. I'm going to say Sean Ryder wins with that one. He's closest. The answer was he's not happy on a 24-hour bender. He's happy on an island in the sun. I was disappointed with these pop stars guessing, James.
Yeah, and if he is still sponging off the state, bearing in mind he lived in Greece and he died in 2015, well done him.
Number 4.
Down 2 to number 4 this week. You sexy thing.
Me?
Not you, James. This is the name of the song by Hot Chocolate at this point in the charts this week.
Their 6th of 14 UK Top 10 singles.
Blimey, O'Reilly, that many?
Yeah, and it's also their 13th and 14th because they keep re-releasing it. And this song was originally a B-side.
Really?
Yeah, imagine putting this out as a B-side.
Wonder what was on the A-side. It must have been brilliant.
Nope. I mean, what a stone cold banger this is.
Yeah, it's hard to deny its charm, isn't it? I mean, a lot of people know it from Full Monty, I'm going to say, of a certain generation at least.
Everyone else knows it from it being really good. There's just so much going on in this. Like the bongos that seem to be sort of phasing in and out.
Played
during
by
the whole thing.
Derek Lewis. I learned on YouTube, the bongos player. I always like to give a name check when we can.
Yeah, great bongo playing. The guitar sound, which sound to me, it sounds sort of very woody.
All right.
And almost like a cello, the guitar sound in this, playing the riff.
Who played bass? Can you remember?
No.
It doesn't matter anyway, because Victoria Hamilton on YouTube comments, Victoria Hamilton says, Hot Chocolate's bass player's son was on repair shop recently, getting his dad's bass guitar repaired so he could learn to play it. That's nice, isn't it?
Oh, that's a lovely story.
Series 4, Episode 2, if you're interested, I'll learn later on down in the comments. Stan Kausk12687 on YouTube says, I wonder if he actually recorded this song whilst getting bonked.
Getting bonked.
Yeah, like the 70s phrase,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, for any young people listening, that's not being hit on the head. Or it might be, I don't know, it really depends what you're into.
What you're into, absolutely.
Written by Errol Brown and Tony Wilson. Errol Brown, the singer, of course. He performed at Charles and Diana's wedding reception and the Conservative Party conference in 1984.
Did he?
Yep. Tony Wilson left Hot Chocolate after this song was recorded to go solo.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently Mickey Most, their producer, who, of course, once owned Britain's biggest house,
That's right, of course. Mickey Most with the most square footage, as you so succinctly put it once.
Yep. He pushed Errol Brown to be the lead singer, whereas Wilson had been the singer beforehand.
Okay.
And he got umbrage about that. Errol Brown said, I told him, if that's the way you feel, I don't think we should share royalties anymore. And his retort was, I don't want to share anything with you anyway. It must be very tough for him now, because that song was You Sexy Thing, which went on to become a standard. That one argument must have cost him millions of pounds.
Said with a little bit of schadenfreude, I'm going to say. I'm also going to say this week, James, as we alluded to in part 1 and nearly every week, songs that you feel absolutely familiar with, repeated listening and leaning into it, shows new stuff, doesn't it? The vocal on this by Errol Brown, I've never realised how brilliant it is before. He's got a kind of almost manic type of worried, lamentable quality to the vocals on this. It's not what I remembered, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, there's a sort of bit to it, isn't there?
Yeah, he's up there all the time, and it's really, he believes in miracle. It's a weird vocal performance, brilliant though.
But the YouTube clip that I've put on the playlist of them performing it live, he is wearing the world's tightest pair of stripy trousers.
Brian Giesel on YouTube says, great jam, love the waist, high pants and catchy grooves.
Well, you can certainly see his catchy grooves.
Got into it this week, James. I had it on my ear pods, digging into Errol's voice and the whole groove of it. You can't sit down while it's playing. Unfortunately, I was on the log flume at Alton Towers at the time, so...
Who do you think he's singing it to?
The world.
Just everyone's really sexy.
Yeah. Everyone is sexy in their own way, to paraphrase and get slightly wrong Dana's point of view.
Errol Brown said he wrote this about his wife, Jeanette, which, if you're a married man, is the correct answer to that question.
The right thing to say, yeah.
He's not going to say anything else, is it? Some woman I met in a petrol station. He's not going to say that.
I feel everyone knows this song a little bit. You would have heard it on this, that and the other.
Yeah, it's been on an episode of The Simpsons.
There they are.
Yep.
Thank God. Thank God they're mentioned every week, Simpsons.
This is only one of 2 songs that has made the UK Top 10 in the 70s, 80s and 90s.
Really?
Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it? I've been watching old Top of the Pops because this podcast has sent me mental, James. And Errol Brown often pops up in the 80s and 90s doing another version of a Hot Chocolate song. So he's not shy about rinsing his catalogue, is he?
What do you think the other song is?
It started with a kiss.
No,
What?
it's not a Hot Chocolate song. Another song.
Another song that what?
It was a top 10 hit in the 70s, 80s and the 90s.
Bohemian Rhapsody?
Nope.
Go on.
It was a hit in the 70s when it came out. It was a hit in the very early 80s because of a major news story.
Yeah.
And it was a hit at the end of the 90s because everyone was getting all weird about the millennium.
I don't know.
Imagine.
John Lennon?
Yeah.
Imagine has beautiful lyrics, doesn't it? If slightly risible.
And this has beautiful lyrics as well.
Do you think?
He's singing to a sexy thing.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know what kind of thing it is.
No. Or where they came from.
No. Well, that's the thing. That's what he wants to get into. That's what. Where are you from? You sexy thing. Why does he want to
Almost.
know?
The sexy thing is the second most important thing in the year, right then.
Errol Brown in reform. What's going on?
Bearing in mind what you said about him earlier, maybe he's jumped ships.
Where are you from? Or is it a kind of, where are you from? There must be more sexy things from that, wherever it is, whatever planet.
All right, then. Well, I agree with you. Where are you from? But SheBear639 on YouTube says, I love this song, but back in the day, me and my besties used to sing, Wear Your Bra, you saggy thing.
Lots of fun to be had with this.
Goodwill J on YouTube comment says, if this song was a Flower Power song, it would be retitled, I Believe in Marigolds. Loads of likes for that. Weirdly.
Really? Yeah, for that?
Yeah.
Some weak-ass shit gets likes on the internet, isn't it?
Fingers crossed, James, for some of our bollocks.
Well, strap in and listen to this piece of comedy gold.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie The Thing?
John Carpenter?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be different if it was called The Sexy Thing?
Where does the sexy thing come from in that film?
Yeah, space. I've got such a soft spot for hot chocolate.
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Go on.
They were number one when I was born.
Okay.
So I've always gone, oh, hot chocolate.
I mean, this is what we like to call a running joke, James, but I would have a soft spot for hot chocolate. But what's Errol Brown got that makes him look a bit of a bastard?
A moustache.
He's got a moustache, that's a running joke. My belief is if you've got a moustache, it makes you look a little bit on the bastard side of life.
You can't say that about Errol Brown.
No, that's why. It's not a cold and hard fact.
What if Errol Brown had gone, where are you from, you sexy thing? And she'd gone, Dudley.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm from
Never mind.
I'm from Dudley, and that would put me off, to be fair.
Number 3.
Up 13 places to number 3. It is the only Christmas song in this top 10. It is I Believe in Father Christmas by Greg Lake, off of Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Sans Emerson and Palmer here.
Yes.
Just Lake.
Yeah. Now, all right then, let's get into this. This is a dynamic we often do. I feel I've known this song all my life. You hear it around supermarkets and whatever when you're shopping at Christmas. Happy Christmas, everybody, by the way.
You probably heard it already today if you're listening to this when this pod comes out.
Yeah. So, I never liked this song, but this week, again, hearing it not with Shaking Stevens and Slade around it, hearing it with, well, number 2 is pretty weird, actually, but just hearing it after Hot Chocolate made me love this song this week. It's beautiful.
Oh, I know.
Yeah?
This is probably my favourite Christmas song.
Ah, great. Go on then. Tell me all about it. Let's say your emotional reaction to it. Why do you like it so much amongst all the great Christmas songs there have been, and some dodgy ones?
There's an honesty to the lyrical content.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, it nicks a riff from Prokofiev.
That's worth noting, of course.
Yeah. And that piece of music from, I think it's called Troika. I really like that piece of music anyway.
It's a mashup.
I suppose it is a mashup, yeah. I find the lyrical content to be an accurate reflection of the experience of what Christmas actually is like.
There's some great lines in it. Go on, such as...
He remembers with fondness the Christmases as a kid and the Christmas tree smell and all of that.
I remember one Christmas morning, a winter's light and a distant choir and the peal of a bell and that Christmas tree smell, their eyes full of tinsel and fire.
You know, it's very evocative of that excitement you get when you're a kid and it's Christmas. But then it goes into the thing of I saw him and through his disguise, that moment of realising what's actually going on.
Yeah.
But that also not being a negative thing.
Nope. They sold me a dream of Christmas. They sold me a silent night. They told me a fairy story till I believed in the Israelite and I believed in Father Christmas.
You know, I went to school in the 80s. When you do the nativity in the 80s, particularly because I went to a church school for a bit.
I never knew that.
Yeah, until we moved house, I did. They go, this is what happened. And when you're a kid, you go, oh, an adult is telling me this. So, okay, this is what happened. They tell you a fairy story until you believe in the Israelite. There's some criticism of this song being it's so down on Christmas and cynical and it's atheist. And
I don't get that at all. No.
It isn't that. Yeah. I think that's a very surface level interpretation of it because it's just a reflection. It's reportage. This is what happens. Yeah. They tell you this story, which is clearly a fairy story. That doesn't mean there aren't elements of it from which you can learn and draw great meaning.
Of course.
but they do it for a specific purpose. And then they also tell you that Father Christmas is real. But at a certain point, you're expected to stop believing in Father Christmas, but continuing to believe other stories.
It's weird, isn't it? I know some middle-class parents, yeah?
Yep.
And they're all about bringing their children up, and we're not going to get them into God because I think that's a terrible thing. They can make their own mind up. Yet they are telling them if they're not a good boy or girl, they won't get any Christmas presents. So that notion of Santa being a replacement for God, always think that's interesting philosophically, yeah? Sort of true, isn't it?
I mean, they've both got a big beard.
Yep. For starters.
So there's that. They're both a man.
And the notion that you're being looked over throughout the year for your behaviour and you will be rewarded. I mean, it's so godly, isn't it? I was in China once and I saw a little depiction of a cross.
Yeah.
And Santa was on that cross. I wish I'd bought it now. I loved it.
So obviously, I've got teenage kids now, and we've been through the whole Christmas where they believe in Santa and Christmas now that they don't. And it's what do you do on that year when they twigged?
Yeah.
What happens if they say to you, is there a Santa Claus?
Yeah.
And my line was always, well, if there's no Santa, where do all the presents come from? And when they're little, they go, oh, that's right. And when they get a bit older, they go, you buy them.
Yeah.
And they go, well, what does that tell you? And because the important thing is for the kids to realise that at Christmas time, we can all be Santa. We're all supposed to be Santa to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm an atheist. Yeah. That doesn't mean I think all Christianity is bad, right? It just I don't believe in the supernatural element. I am culturally a Christian, I suppose, because I grew up in Britain in the 80s. I went to a church school for a long time. So I still celebrate Christmas. But I see it more as it should be a celebration of people being kind to each other and a celebration of that. And that's really what Christmas is about, I think, to the vast majority of people. And I think that's reflected in this song, and I think it's reflected quite beautifully.
I agree. I mean, after hearing songs about Demis wanting to be on an island and the smile and sound of your girlish laughter by Mud, the spirit of it was touching this week, especially the last line, I'm going to say. Great denouement to this record.
Well, let's get into that. So the lyrics to this song, written by Pete Sinfield, who also wrote Land of Make Believe,
Bucks Fizz,
Rain or Shine.
Who did that?
5 Star. And Think Twice.
Celine
Dion.
Wow.
It's an eclectic selection of songs he's written. He said about this song, some of it was based on an actual thing in my life when I was 8 years old and came downstairs to see a wonderful Christmas tree that my mother had done. Then it goes from there into a wider thing about how people are brainwashed into stuff. Then I thought, this is getting a bit depressing. I better have a hopeful, cheerful verse at the end. Which is why it's got that thing. I wish you a peaceful Christmas.
I wish you a hopeful Christmas. I wish you a brave new year. All anguish, pain and sadness leave your heart and let your road be clear. Then maybe tellingly at the end they said there'd be peace on earth. Hallelujah, Noel, be it heaven or hell. We get the Christmas we deserve, or the Christmas we get we deserve more.
I really like the thing of it. They said there'd be snow at Christmas. That kind of the ideal of Christmas that we're told through culture every year, particularly in the UK, it does not equate to that. It's probably not going to snow at Christmas. It's probably going to be grey and it's probably going to keep on raining. A veil of tears for the virgin birth. And I always think of that on Christmas Day when it's just a regular winter's day.
Yeah.
I always think, well, they said there'd be snow at Christmas.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of this song.
Okay, great. Like I said, I got into it big time this week myself too. I like the notion of the Santa and the God thing. I kind of like the notion that Santa, maybe, unlike God's benevolence, maybe Santa is a little bit malevolent in this song. He's not necessarily giving everything to everybody. I mean, he's not visiting the kids in Africa and giving them a fidget spinner for Christmas, is he? There's a darkness at the heart of this song I find interesting.
Do you watch the video?
Don't ask that in a silly voice. I did watch a video, actually. I did watch a video. Yeah. It's good, isn't it?
It's one of, I think, 2 songs in this chart with an actual music video intended for use at the time.
A lot of people say in the YouTube comments when the young boy in the video goes running towards his father in an army uniform or something, everyone's saying it brought tears to their eyes.
Put the gun down. That's what I think. So the bit with Greg Lake in it, part of it, he's at the Dead Sea Scrolls caves in the West Bank.
Okay. Is that where it's recorded, this video?
Yeah, some of it.
All right.
Greg Lake said, getting there involved climbing across a ledge with hundreds of feet sheer drop on either side, and the path across was probably about 2 feet wide. Sounds like a lot, 2 feet, but when there's a sheer drop of 300 or 400 feet each side, 2 foot becomes very small and it's very scary. He said, and the sun is very bright. This guy actually fried an egg. I saw him do it on a rock. I could only film maybe 20, 30 seconds of the thing, and then I had to duck into the shade. Yeah, he's put himself through it for this Christmas song. He's not going to Lapland to tit around in the snow. He's going to the actual...
Well, again, it's that reality of the situation this song certainly addresses. Yeah, all right then. Great, yeah. So it's been amazing to learn to love this song this week.
The only Christmas song in this top 10 is the one that we're getting dead serious about, isn't it? All the other ones we're like being all flippant and weird as usual. This one we're properly getting into. You've just mimed wiping tears away from your eyes.
Yeah.
Genuinely, on occasion, usually when I've had a few, this song has brought me to tears.
Oh, nice.
In the past.
Yeah, great. As Harley149 on YouTube says, for those of us who feel ambivalent about Christmas, this song just hits right. I think that's good, isn't it? Christmas has got, if you're doing it properly, I'm going to say, a little air of melancholy running through it.
It absolutely has, because for a lot of people, Christmas brings back bad memories or memories of people who are no longer with us.
Yeah.
That is a part of it. And I think maybe that's why something like Fairy Tale of New York chimes with so many people, because that has that edge as well.
All right, great. Yeah.
And Stop the Cavalry, I suppose, is another one, Jonah Louis. It's not all shaking Stevens.
What about the goodies saying make a daft noise for Christmas?
Well, we're going to get into that in our Patreon episode, aren't we?
There's loads of other records in the top 50, though, James, that are about Christmas. I didn't make the top 10 this week. There's Santa Claus is Coming to Town by the Carpenters. The goodies one, as I mentioned, we're going to talk about in our bonus tracks. Don't let that put you off. Dana has just done Cold Cold Christmas. There's a record called Christmas in Dreadland by Judge Dredd. At number 11, there's a weird song called Rent a Santa by Chris Hill. Yet, James, way down the charts in the top 50, near number 50, it's not very often, James, that we have a chance to talk about someone in the charts whose house we visited. Yeah?
Yeah.
And towards the bottom of this top 50 is Freddie Starr.
With White Christmas.
With White Christmas.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, in one of our bonus tracks once, like I say, we're not just bang on about the goodies all the time.
No, it wasn't in the bonus tracks. It was in the main episode.
Oh, was it?
Yep.
Okay. Tell it again. I love this story. I'm going to ask you more details. You went to Freddie Starr's house.
How long is this episode?
Don't matter.
today?
Go on, we'll do it quick one.
I went to Freddie Starr's house. He asked me if I believed in ghosts. I said no. He started behaving oddly and threateningly, and me and my mate had to leave.
What was his house like?
It was a big house that was filled with the kind of thing you'd find at the back of killer supplements. He had lots of display cabinets with decorative plates in them.
All right, as James has alluded to, maybe, I wonder what episode it was in.
It's in the 1957 episode.
Go back.
No,
to...
1952. It's
That's
from
right.
It's Mantovani.
That's right. Go back to that and listen to... Hey, if anything's going to drag you back to listening to the top 10 of 1952, maybe it's James's interaction with Freddie Starr. Do you think there's a notion of the first time you hear Greg Lake, like there is with the Whamageddon thing? I like that stupid game.
Armageddon.
Yeah.
No, I don't like that game, because why would you deprive yourself from listening to Last Christmas, which is an amazing song?
Yeah, you have to go running away. It was played at a football ground once, apparently early December. This made me think about football fans, that maybe they're not as macho and as masculine as that. Because all the fans were moaning that Whamageddon had been spoiled for them by playing... It seems silly, doesn't it? These football fans getting annoyed.
They should pick an awful Christmas song for that to be the case for, not one of the best ones.
Such as...
Rock and Roll Christmas. Glittergeddon.
Number 2.
Up one to number 2 this week. It's the pop duo causing all the sensation in the mid-70s. The new act called Laurel and Hardy with Trail of the Lonesome Pine. There's other people mentioned it's not just Laurel and Hardy on this. Chill Wills.
Well, he was one of the Avalon Boys.
Yeah. So they're credited too. But let's face facts. You're here because of Laurel and Hardy. Number 2 in the charts, James.
Well, yeah, it's Christmas. I can imagine this being a gift people got for their kids and even for their grandparents.
No, as a young boy, when I was growing up in the 70s, often on a Saturday morning, they'd play Laurel and Hardy films, and Harold Lloyd, and Buster Keaton, actually. So for some reason, in the 70s, what they thought kids would want to watch, just loads of old 30s comedy classics.
Accessible, nothing bad in them.
Yeah.
So you put them on for the kids. That's pretty much why it's in the charts.
It made me love Laurel and Hardy, that 70s experience of seeing their films on television every Saturday morning.
I can only really remember watching... what's in a couple of the shorts? I've watched the piano one, but Way Out West is like the Laurel and Hardy movie that I've properly watched.
Which this is from.
Yeah.
1937, just to put some dates on it.
IMDb rating 7.6.
To put some numbers on it.
This song features in the movie, sung by its stars Arthur Jefferson and Norvell Hardy.
Okay. yeah.
That's Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy.
As we're comedians, James, there was always a little bit of a...
Can we just say we're hilarious comedians? Just put that in there.
That's not for us to say, is it? Especially after the way some of this has gone. I think we're always a little bit defensive. Not that you have to be defensive to Laurel and Hardy, but when comedians make a record, I think me and you essentially go, it's good, isn't it? Well done. Don't get me wrong, it's no hail and pace with the stunk. A little bit like with the Twist earlier, which was a record, whatever number that was. Listen to part 1 for our take on Chubby, what's his name again?
Chubbington Checkerstein.
There's another version of the Twist in that top 40 I alluded to. And at number 37 this week, up 12 places, there is Dance of the Cuckoos by a band called the Band of the Black Watch. And that is the Laurel and Hardy theme tune. So again, like Chubby Checker and like this record, there's other stuff going on around it. People are trying to cash in on the popularity of these old-timey relics and artifacts.
Yeah, but that only gets to, what, in the 30s. This gets to number 2. Yeah. Why is this going to number 2?
Because Laurel and Hardy are on it.
Their theme tune didn't get to number 2. Why has this got to number 2?
Because it had a video?
No.
Did you watch... Did you? Oh.
Well, it's got a film clip. It's got the clip of the movie.
That's a video.
It's a video. It's because it was championed by a Radio 1 disc jockey.
Oh, really?
John Peel.
Oh, okay.
He championed it and kind of led the campaign to get it into the charts. And it worked, because here it is at number 2.
Yeah, man. Lot of fun to play on the guitar. I will spare you this week for this. You can imagine it. In fact, nip over to Spotify YouTube playlist and just listen to it. It's great.
First published in 1913, with music by Harry Carroll and lyrics by Ballard MacDonald. That's a great name, isn't it? Ballard MacDonald wrote the lyrics for The Parade of the Tin Soldiers, which is on the Christmas Gift for You album by the Crystals. It's by the Crystals. It's based loosely on the 1908 novel The Trail of the Lonesome Pine by John Fox Jr., which is actually set in the Appalachian Mountains, not the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia. First recorded by Henry Burr and Albert Campbell in 1913. It's in Way Out West, as we say. There's a bit in it where Stan Laurel sings in a deep bass voice.
Yes.
That's Chill Wills.
Right.
Singing that. Born Theodore Childress Wills. He'd been nominated for Best Supporting Actor at the Oscars in 1960 for his role in The Alamo, but was beaten by Peter Ustinov for Spartacus. And then, for some reason, Oliver Hardy's not happy with Stan Laurel singing a bass part. So he does what any of us would do in that situation. He gets a mallet.
Tell us how he gets a mallet. He orders it at the bar.
Yeah, he asks the barman for a mallet, who's more than happy just to give him a mallet.
Gives it a little test.
Yep.
Checking it out. You see him flip it around, actually, don't you? I like it. You see, a bit of comedy. You see him test the mallet on the desk and then a little flip round. It must have been softer, I guess.
And then he whacks Laurel over the top of the head with it, and Laurel then sings in a high voice.
A beautiful falsetto.
But it's actually one of the female stars of the movie, Rosina Lawrence's voice, that sings there. It's lovely and charming and wonderful and hooray and old-timey, and at number 2 in the charts in 1975.
You've probably seen it, but check the video out on YouTube, because it's what they call comedic skills in it. Oliver Hardy especially, playing a blind, not especially because it's a pair of them, playing a blinder, isn't he, in this clip?
Yeah, they're doing all the Laurel and Hardy stuff you want. There's Stan being all innocent and confused.
Oh, it's a real joy. Shirley Chandler 2780 on YouTube says about Eric Morecambe. She says, Eric Morecambe said, if you don't like Stan and Ollie, you don't like people. I think there's something in that.
Okay.
Let's call it, the human spirit. That's Stan and Ollie all over, isn't it? Always trying to do things, always not quite succeeding. Almost, as we mentioned in part 1, maybe the saddest word. Not stylistics, but there's a lot of almost in Stan and Ollie, isn't there? They nearly do it. They nearly do this.
Did you watch the movie with Steve Coogan and
I
John C.
did,
Reilly?
yes.
It's good, isn't it?
Lovely.
They do this in that, don't they?
Yeah, they do a version.
Yeah.
Did you read the book about Stan and Ollie? I can't remember who wrote it a few years ago. It's one of the saddest things I've ever seen at the end, when Ollie's in bed in hospital and Stan goes to visit him. And to try and keep Ollie's spirits up, he's doing that thing where he sort of blows in through his thumb, leaning against the wall so his bowler hat lifts. So even on Oliver Hardy's deathbed, they're still being Laurel and Hardy. It's really touching. Hey, Stan Laurel said, these are little quotes I've had, if any of you cry at my funeral, I'll never speak to you again. That's good, isn't it? Whenever I go and visit someone in hospital, now and again, I often say to them as I sit down and arrive, I've bought you some hard-boiled eggs and some nuts. They're just in my warp and weft, Laurel and Hardy.
I've bought you some hard-boiled eggs and some nuts.
I mean, even the way Stan Laurel falls after he's been bonked on the head by the mallet, he falls asleep on a spittoon, snoring or something. Another bit of detail that there's absolutely no need for. Lovely. I wish they'd sung a bit more, Laurel and Hardy. A bit like Elvis, who always had at least one banger in his film soundtracks. So Laurel and Hardy could have sung a bit more if they'd wanted to. I'm not mansplaining what Laurel and Hardy should have done.
Lazy Laurel and Hardy.
The UK's number 1.
Right then, here we go. A non-mover at number 1. It's 5th of 9 weeks. And this is it, Andy. This has got to be the pinnacle of this podcast. We've been doing this podcast until we've got to this point, really.
Do you think?
Yeah,
Go
because
on.
it is Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen.
Now, I'd never heard this before this week. So it's been a real... Hey, loads of people on YouTube, James, in the comments are going, this is 4 or 5 songs joined into one.
Is it?
That's very helpful. Let's not be too negative about it and too like that, because it's Bohemian Rap. It's Bo Rap, isn't it?
What the hell are we going to say about this song that hasn't been said a billion times by other people before?
Do you know, I was wondering this, and I thought probably let's start off with just personal experiences. Have you got any memories of this song being played?
I think
that's a unique way. No one else can have our memories, James.
The first time I heard it would have been in the 80s when I was at... My dad worked shifts and my mum worked into the evening. So after school, me and my brother would go to this like childminder's house, and there's a bunch of us kids running around there. And like I think the elder brother of the kids at the childminders had Queen Greatest Hits, and would play this. And I think that's the first time I heard it. So I would have been about 7 or 8.
It's one of the songs I alluded to in the intro of part 1, where I remembered 2 records. Laurel and Hardy was the one, and this is the other one. I remember this video as a 5-year-old.
Yeah. It's a striking visual image, isn't it, to go with a striking song.
Yeah, there's that alone. Let me tell you some of my personal experiences, if you don't mind. Once I was comparing, as a comedian, at a New Year's Eve thing, within the night I said to people, what do you want played at midnight? I thought that would be a good thing to ask. The common vote, as it case, was Bohemian Rhapsody. So we played that at midnight for them. The room lit up, I have to say. It's a great record to play to bring in the new year. Right down to the Any Way the Wind Blows ending. People were singing along, arms around each other. There's about 450 people in the room. It was beautiful.
I've done a gig where it's come on in the break, and everyone sung along with it,
and it almost spoils the rest of the show.
Just no one can't follow that.
Can't follow Queen.
How am I supposed to follow Bohemian bloody Rhapsody? Hey, ladies and germs.
Once I was at Glastonbury, right, and I was having a piss, and it was one of the little secluded bits of Glastonbury, or a quieter bit. And they were,
the toilet?
Yeah. And this record was playing, and as I walked into the urinal, right, this record was playing somewhere in the distance, and I found myself singing along to it as I was having a piss. And there's one bloke in the place, and he looked round at me sort of surprised. And I said, I'm sorry, man, because I couldn't help myself. I heard this song, I had to sing along to it. And he said, yeah, I reckon British people come out of the womb singing this song. It's sort of true, isn't it?
I remember when it had its sort of resurgence in the early 90s with Wayne's World.
Yeah. Ah, of course, yeah.
I remember my mom driving me and a couple of friends to the drama club we used to go to on a Saturday morning. So we would have been about 14, 15, something like that. And it came on the radio. I was sitting in the front seat, my mom was driving, my mates were in the back. We all sang along, and then when it got to the guitar bit, we all did the headbanging thing from Wayne's World. I remember doing that.
I remember that once I was doing a gig in the mid-90s, let's say. Lee Evans was on, right?
Oh, he had a bit about...
He had a bit at the end, right? And then where his mimes along to it, really funny, really, as you mentioned, you can't even play it in an interval without ruining the show. So imagine Lee Evans doing a dance to it, you know. Yeah. And then I loved it because as he was going on, he did a little bit of that thing of, I've been asked to do this, you know, whether that was true or not, who knows. It was only a club gig. But what I loved about it, he was on in the middle. Of course, every comedian watching him doing it on the screen had their arms folded, really grumpy, thinking we've got to go on after this. the power of Lee Evans and the power of the song.
Yeah.
You know, you can't touch it.
But it's random rhyming nonsense.
Your words?
Not my words.
Whose words?
The words of Freddie Mercury.
Really?
Who always said in interviews, when asked, what's it about? He always said, it's about whatever you want it to be about.
Yeah.
That was the party line.
I mean, this is one of the songs, James. In part one, when I said there's key changes in it, I couldn't tell how many. This was a song that confused me. I've got 3 or 4, maybe 5 in, I don't know. As I mentioned already, people say there's 5 songs joined together in YouTube. Freddie himself said it's 3 songs. So there's that, I suppose. It's only 3 songs, according to Mr. Mercury.
Let me ask you this. Who famously produced the Beatles?
George Martin.
George Martin, right. Who produced Leader of the Pack?
Phil Spector.
Who produced Bohemian Rhapsody?
Great question. I get it. Good point.
No one talks about that.
Who is it?
I'm having to look it up. And I was reading about it.
That's a great point, that is.
Roy Thomas Baker.
Thanks, Roy Thomas Baker, for your contribution to the panoply of pop music.
Also by Roy Thomas Baker. Yeah. China in Your Hand.
To Pow.
My Best Friend's Girl.
Cars.
One Way Ticket.
Who dat?
The Darkness. Oh. Of course, The Darkness hired him to do
that.
The
proper title, because I love the proper title.
One Way Ticket to Hell and Back. Yeah, he died in April of 2025, age 78. No one talks about that.
Yeah,
no one talks about that guy, and I think he is part of it. Obviously, Queen were involved in the production of it as well. It was Freddie Mercury's idea to do the song.
They dared to be different.
I tried to listen to it this week going, all right, pretend you've never heard this before.
Me too.
It's so hard to do that, though, isn't it?
Impossible.
Pretend you've never heard this before and listen to it. And so it comes out, okay, there's a sort of ethereal start, and then there's a piano ballad. In the first bit, but by the way, who kills the man?
What do you mean?
Who does the murder?
The narrator.
What's the first line?
Mama, I just killed... What?
There's no I there.
Is it not? Okay.
I mean, there should be. Yeah, right. It's clearly he's done it. But the first line is, Mama just killed a man. For most of my life, I've gone, bloody... Mama's gone off on one, hasn't she?
Well, this is a very... Despite, let's call it the inherent nonsense, is it? Or unique takes on this song, isn't it?
So it's like a murder ballad, which is very pleasant, very catchy, very hooky, and has a little guitar solo. And you think this is all well and good. And then they just all start yelling about ice creams.
What?
The middle bit.
What do you mean?
They're all shouting about ice cream.
What do you mean? You can't just keep saying it. Go on, I like your personal interpretation.
I don't. In my head, that's what they're doing.
What the hell are you talking about? Ice creams? What they're saying?
Magnifico. That's an ice cream.
Yeah,
just imagine it's all about ice cream.
Right,
that
then.
bit.
I love a Biz Miller on a Sunday afternoon.
What is a Bismillah?
Ice lolly.
No, what is it?
I don't know.
It's a Arabic word.
Go on.
It means something like for God's grace.
Okay. Why don't know what Biz Miller? I've known this song all my life. I've never been bothered to find out what Biz Miller
Who's Scaramouche?
He does a fandango.
Well, he does, yeah, but who is he?
Some sort of old villain, isn't he? Some sort of a character from history who's a bit Genghis Khan-y, yeah?
No, he's a character in Commedia dell'arte.
Oh, okay.
He's one of those archetypes.
Do you remember when we talked about the police wrapped around your finger, and I only learned that day what Scylla and Charybdis does? Yep. Oh, this is good stuff. Jailbreak on YouTube says this is my neighbour's favourite song, whether he likes it or not.
So yeah, there's the ice cream yelling bit.
Of course.
And then...
Thank you for explaining that to me.
And then they rock out.
Yeah.
Proper rock out, and then it gets all whimsical again at the end. And it finishes with the lines, nothing really matters.
Yeah. I've seen a couple of acoustic singer-songwriters do this song at the end of their set, and it's a bit cutesy. They've done their songs about girlfriend's left me and I'm sad. Then they go, hey, I've got a little treat for you. And it's just a showstopper, as we've alluded to. They bust out Bohemian Rhapsody at the end of the set. And the 2 people I'm thinking of, I won't name them, but I've thought, that's easily the best song you've sung all day. Don't do it, you know. Let me ask you some questions since you got me with Biz Miller and Scaramouche. Is this a real life or just fantasy?
Well, if it is a fantasy, it's so much like real life. What difference is that going to make on a practical level, whether it's real life or a fantasy? You might as well just continue believing it's a real life.
Great
so all these people are on the internet with their theory of we're all living in a simulation. And you go, yeah, that's not going to get the washing up done, is it, though?
I get you. All right, question number 2 that Queen asked. Will you do the fandango?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't really know how.
Question number
I think
3.
I need to learn how.
Question number 3.
Yeah.
This is appropriate, bearing in mind where we are, and you just locked the door. Will you let me go?
Never. Oh, he's gone.
Let me in.
Here he is. Back again.
Why is that a running joke? Oh, this is a question of kinds. So you think you can stone me and spit in my eye?
I don't think that, Andy. I just do it.
So you think you can come in and leave me to die? So you think you can love me and... Oh, whatever the words are, I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know the words to Bohemian Rhapsody?
I have to have it playing.
Oh, okay. You've said many times on this podcast about various songs. I believe it was Bonkers by Dizzy Rascal.
Oh, yeah, do it.
What else did you do? Macarena, you thought. There was another one recently.
Doctor in the TARDIS.
Yeah, okay. That you thought should be the national anthem. I think Bohemian Rhapsody should be the British national anthem.
Yeah.
I think that would be hilarious. Imagine that before every football international. Please rise for our 6-minute long national anthem and do all the bits, please.
I tell you what, I've never heard this week. We've done this week. New things, haven't we?
Yep.
That, despite the familiarity, I'd never heard the noise after he sings "Shivers Down My Spine." Someone drops something, or
No, it's like some chimes, isn't it?
yeah, I've never heard it
To
before.
replicate the shivers down the spine.
So I'm going to say, with all these records in the top 10, nip over to Spotify, YouTube, there's something you're going to discover.
This is one of only 2 songs that have been in the US top 40 in 3 different decades.
Okay.
What is the other one?
You mentioned one earlier, Hot Chocolate. I know the US charts, you're saying. Give me a clue,
I'll give you a clue. There's a reason why it's in the top 40 in 3 different decades. It was released in one decade.
Of course.
It's a song about an event in another decade that hadn't happened yet. And then it kind of was in the top 40 because of a hangover from that decade.
They're great clues. I'm so annoyed. I have no idea what you're talking about.
How can a song be in the charts over 2
Over
different
an
decades?
event that hasn't happened yet, it was first released.
Yeah.
Millennium, so it'll be something about...
American?
Not Robbie Williams then, because Americans don't give a toss about
American song
him.
about something that happened.
1999.
1999 by Prince,
How
indeed.
annoying. It took me so long. Thanks for your clues, though.
Apparently this was originally going to be called Mongolian Rhapsody.
Yeah, so I learned on YouTube.
Yeah.
Have you seen the film?
Yes, Bohemian Rhapsody, yeah.
I've never seen it. I'm guessing they make a big deal of the representation of the recording of this song.
Yes, they
any
do.
Any thoughts on that? I don't know why I haven't watched it.
Here's my take on that movie. The central performance is amazing. Rami Malek's brilliant in it.
Despite him not being gay enough, I've heard rumours, people talking about.
Oh, he's plenty gay.
Right.
What does that mean?
I don't
What do you
know.
want walking around with his...
I just heard some Queen fans
mincing
saying
around.
that. I've
Well-
heard some Queen fans saying they felt his sexuality was, let's call it, downplayed in the film. Whether that's important to you or not is very much, again, as we mention every week, in the ears and eyes of the beholder.
It's in the film. I don't know how much of the film you wanted it to be in. One of the criticisms of the film was that it was oversimplified, melodramatic, and camp and stupid. But I would say that means it's a perfect film for Queen, who were, let's be honest, all of those things. And I mean that in a very, very positive way.
Yeah.
That's what we should celebrate them for. So, in my opinion, the film fits them perfectly for all its imperfections.
Good review.
And of course, this has a little film. It has a video. You know, everyone thinks it's the first video ever. I mean, it's not, but it was one of
far
the
from
first.
it.
Why did they make a video?
Because it was impossible to mime along to or even play live, or it was such a work of some kind that they felt it had to be represented perfectly.
Roger Taylor said,
Yeah.
"We did everything we possibly could to avoid appearing on Top of the Pops. It was the most boring day known to man, and it's all about not actually playing. It's about pretending to sing and pretending to play. So we came up with the video to avoid playing on Top of the Pops."
Well done, Roger Taylor. I mean, it's been parodied so often, isn't it? There's a bit in the Blur video, Country House, when they're going, blow, blow me out, I'm so sad. And that recreates Bohemian Rhapsody.
Directed by Bruce Gowers, the video was shot in 3 hours for $3,500 at the band's rehearsal space.
That is me applauding the, let's call it the economy of this video shoot for an everlasting work of art. It does say that. Magnus Anand on YouTube says, this is a piece of art. Then Aidan B4477 says, all music is art. which I kind of agree with Aidan. But then he says, that being said, it is a masterpiece. A masterpiece means the greatest work of an artist, often their masterpiece. It's hard to argue this isn't Queen's defining song. I mean, obviously they've got fucking loads.
Yeah.
But there's something defining about this, isn't there?
I don't know. The B-side, I Love My Car, it's probably just as good.
Oh, yeah.
It isn't.
There was a big argument I read once upon a time about B-sides, like because all Queen are unique in a way that all 4 members have wrote number 1 hits, yeah? That's a fact. And then apparently there's always a little bit of a fight about getting the B-side because the royalties were split evenly, weird. So whoever wrote I Love My Car got
Roger Taylor.
Got loads of money for this being on the B-side. I believe there was a little bit of argy-bargy and a bit of a scrap. That might just be rumour, though. We like to give facts and rumours. I mean, that's pop culture, isn't it?
One of the criticisms at the time, apparently, from the record industry was the song was just too damn long to be a single. There was a single version released only in France on a 7-inch, cut down to 3 minutes 18.
I wonder what that's like. As to our ears, it would be dissatisfying.
Probably just finished after Brian May's first guitar solo.
Right.
Or they sped it up, so it sounds like the Chipmunks are doing it.
I mean, it goes on to this day. Whilst I watched the video and looked at all these stupid YouTube comments, not stupid, I'm very grateful to everyone who makes a YouTube comment for a little bit of content. But there's even to this day, there's loads of young kids having reaction videos. First time listening to Bo Rap, and they all, you know, in the thumbnails at least, all their eyes are popping out, and there's a what the fuck type of attitude to it. It's got that to this day, hasn't it, still?
In 2002, this came number 1 in a poll by Guinness World Records as Britain's favourite single of all time. In 2002, it came in 10th in a BBC World Service poll to find the world's favourite song.
Only number 10.
Yeah, the world are wrong. It's number 1, clearly.
I wonder what number 1 was in that chart.
I think it was I Love My Car. In 2012, the song topped an ITV poll in the UK to find the nation's favourite number 1. Honestly, I think if Bohemian Rhapsody was on the ballot, it would win the general election.
I agree.
We love voting for Bohemian Rhapsody to be the number 1 of everything. Why does this song predict the future?
Don't know.
What song knocks it off number 1? I'll give you a clue. It's a song that lets this one go.
Bismillah?
No, that's not a song.
I was surprised.
Who does he ask to be let go?
Go on.
Oh, Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia, let me go. And Mamma Mia by ABBA knocks it off number 1.
That's a good pub
That's
quiz
incredible.
question.
Isn't it? Incredible that happened. It was, of course, covered by the Muppets in their first ever video for the internet in 2009.
Wow.
Which is great fun.
Finally, James, once again, if you're a regular listener, all aspects of the pop universe coming together in a fantastic culmination.
When this song came out, the Melody Maker wrote that Queen contrived to approximate the demented fury of the Balham Amateur Operatic Society performing the Pirates of Penzance. And they say that like it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
What connects this song with the Beatles?
Would it be, off the top of my head, something about a number 1 that's over 6 minutes, like Hey Jude?
It's got something to do with Hey Jude.
Go on.
It's the same piano.
Huh?
The same piano on Hey Jude is the piano on Bohemian Rhapsody.
Really?
According to the internet.
According to legend. We like to listen to legend now and again.
I'm very happy for that to be the case.
Yeah, man.
Let's print the legend and let's say that's true.
And let's get hold of that piano and see if we can come up with our own number 1 hit classic that'll be voted nation's favourite forever.
So there you go. I hope there was enough in that people didn't already know.
Yeah.
We desperately tried to find bits of information or opinions that maybe people haven't heard because it's so everywhere, isn't
It's hard to talk about Bohemian Rhapsody and not say anything that hasn't been said before. Seems like a good idea to say something pretty controversial and contentious now.
Do you want something controversial that no one's ever said about Bohemian Rhapsody
Yes,
before?
please.
All right. Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, it's all right, isn't
It's
it?
fine.
It's all right.
It's all right. It's a bit boring.
Goes on a bit.
Goes on.
Sounds like loads of other stuff.
It's predictable.
Sounds like everything. Yeah, it sounds like, why Demis Roussos not number 1 with his groundbreaking work?
When they start yelling about ice creams, I thought, knew this was coming.
There we go. That's a top 10 from this week of 1976.
5.
My apologies. This record has gone on so long that I've lost track of time. All right, James, we do this what did you think of this top 10? Let's call it as a snapshot. If you had to sum up the whole thing, what would you say?
It's so all over the place, isn't it? There's everything in this.
A little bit of everything.
I thought they'd be more disco,
Yeah.
for late 75, but no, none of that. There's quite a lot of funk coming up in the Patreon episodes, I'll say that much. But yeah, as I say, there's been a kind of the end of glam here, what the glam bands are going to do next, and then people getting nostalgic for the 60s and even before that with the Chubby Checker and Laurel and Hardy showing up.
What would be your favourite this week?
Here's the thing. So Bohemian Rhapsody, I mean, it just kind of defies any kind of categorization, I think. So you have to dismiss that. I Believe in Father Christmas is my favourite Christmas song, and it's been great listening to that this week. I've been a big fan of You Sexy Thing. I think that's so much fun. It's such a joy. And, you know, Golden Years is interesting and different, and David Bowie doing new stuff. What about you, man?
Well,
there's me naming it like half the chart. Good luck.
You've done it all, haven't you, really? I mean, again, like, as you mentioned, Laurel and Hardy, Bohemian Rhapsody, In My Heart as a Child. Obviously, Let's Twist Again, Hot Chocolate, you sort of know them. So, just for newness' sake, my favourite record of all time is Mud.
God. Of course it is. Bloody contrarian. Yeah. I should point out, actually, the greatest record of all time is coming up in the bonus track. So.
Oh, yeah, you said that at the beginning. I'm intrigued.
Yep.
Please listen to this weird, fractured, mid-70s top 10 on Spotify and YouTube. Watch the videos on YouTube, rather. I always like to recommend that. Please rate, share, subscribe, follow, tell your mates about it. Also, as we banged on about at the beginning, seems fair enough, write a review. Write us a kind review. Really help us get out and about, up the charts. I'm going to say, since we're doing a top 10 charts, we should be up fucking number one.
Yeah, we should be up there too.
We've done our own equivalent of Bohemian Rhapsody. Sort of have.
Yeah, particularly if you've got this far in the podcast, please give us a review.
Yes. I would like to thank all the artists and the producers, especially the one who produced Bohemian Rhapsody we've already forgotten about, for making these records.
Roy Thomas Baker.
Thanks, Roy. Also, we would like to thank all the record buying public.
And thanks to you for listening. Yeah. And thanks to you, Andy.
What?
Were you not just asking me to thank you?
No.
All right.
Just do it. Come on.
You're holding your arms like going, huh? Thank me?
I wanted you. No. I wanted you to do. All right then.
I don't know what you want me to do.
I want you to thank the people for listening. Thanks, genuinely about making me do it.
Thanks, people, for listening. Cheers. We appreciate
it. Say
it.
it properly.
Thank you for listening. Well, if we're this giddy now, the Patreon episode is going to be a mess.
Let's go straight into it and see what happens.
Until next time, Shooby Dooby Doo up.
And Bop Bop Shoe up.
Merry Christmas and goodbye.
Merry Christmas.